Hello everyone. Are you following me so far? So that I covered the chapter 1 and chapter 2 that there's some presentation materials were given to you so that you can read it out and probably just you this is a recording class so that you can something that you don't understand just you just back to the slide, then you can the revisit and just watch it, and you just based upon the materials, then you can uh, uh, study again. There might be that would help you to better understanding. Okay, and now is today is I'm just start with chapter 3. That's e-commerce and last mile delivery. And recently, as the pandemic is becoming prevalent, e-commerce has been rising a lot and very dramatically around the world. So that as you can see, the logistic itself could be driven demand, and so that because of e-commerce rising, and last mile delivery has a pump up, and last mile delivery is that to final stage delivery to the customer hand. So that I bring in this topic because it is because of e-commerce rising. There would be the impact of our daily life and nationwide basis around the world, so including Cambodia. So that I just bring up chapter 3, the e-commerce and last mile delivery. Okay, are you ready? Chapter 3 agenda is I have brought the 4 topics. First of all, e-commerce in the pandemic and beyond, right? E-commerce and in the pandemic and beyond. And number 2 is a high demand from urban consumers. Urban consumers that the e-commerce has to be rising, and that last mile delivery to custom hand has been also rising too. So that's a particular coming from the high demand from urban consumers. So that we can visit the high demand from urban consumers, what their behaviors and something like that, their life that we can highlight on that the topic then. And number 3 is last mile delivery trend issues. As you can see, logistics itself could be the driven demand. That is, e-commerce is rising, and last mile delivery is rising too. So we can visit the last mile delivery trend issues, and then we can thinking about that these topics. And last one, the delivery mode of last mile delivery. Delivery mode has a very diverse range of the delivery transportation. So we can thinking about how to incorporate some delivery mode from last mile delivery from the e-commerce, e-commerce rising. Okay, and learning objectives is this. First of all, number 1, understand the e-commerce has a ramp up during a pandemic around the world. Okay, and the growth has differed across sectors and over different stages of the pandemic. Okay, and this is your first objectives. Second one, you just make out and being aware of some changes in consumer shopping habits and payment behavior may be longer lasting. This may be an implication for structural change and the growth of the digital economy. Okay. And number 3, learn that growing group of consumers desires a faster home delivery, right? Faster home delivery. Yet most are highly price sensitive. They are very worried about, they are very concerned about the higher price of delivery cost. And traditional delivery is still unmatched for high draw factor B2B and e-grocery delivery. Okay. And number 4, be aware of the fact that last mile delivery is the final stage in the network of courier, express, and parcel companies. Okay, and these are 4 learning objectives. So that by the end of the the study, you can understand what they are, the objectives that is happen to you. Okay, and e-commerce in the pandemic and beyond. Well, as a matter of fact, e-commerce has been rising and has accelerated in the pandemic. Accelerated in the pandemic. You know, when the COVID-19 pandemic hit, the shift from bricks and mortar to digital shopping had been underway for some time. And since 2017, e-commerce revenue have rising from its estimate 1 trillion to 2 trillion, about 2.7% global output. This is very, very huge economic growth from e-commerce, right? In particular, that this data shows that this data is as of August 2020, 17, 18, 19, 20. And so all over the world that the e-commerce has been rising, particularly in 2020 pandemic and social distancing and being away from network, and that's replaced with some digital economy. That is also people have to eat. To eat you have buy, right? So that not transitionally go to a shopping center to buy your products that you use home, but instead you just place an order on the platform like Amazon, like Coupang in Korea, and some Lazada in some South Asian country, and something like that. You can place order from the online platform company. So that's why this is rising a lot. And also, recent estimates are that 3.5 billion individuals globally, about 47% of population, use e-commerce platform today, right? You know, this is 20. Is rapidly rising. You know, this is United Kingdom. That slide is China. That slide is United States. That is Japan, right? This is in 2020. That has been e-commerce has been retail sales has spiked. This hit the top. So that China is the largest market, followed by United States, Japan, United Kingdom, and Germany. The pandemic has accelerated this shift. So the restriction of mobility imposed to fight the spread of virus led to surge in online demand, right? Online demand for many goods and services. So this is a remarkable trend for e-commerce because of the pandemic, right? And also, as individuals stayed home, the online share of retail sales in China, Germany, UK, US rose about 4.7% points in 2020, right? As this November is kind of the vertical line in the center panel indicates March 11, 2020. This is data coming from the WHO, World Health Organization, okay? And also that in China and the US, the share has recently fallen again, but remains well above its pre-pandemic area. This is loyal customers. This is before COVID. This is COVID, right? And so that the days between each purchase, would be different topic though. And also the days between online purchase has declined for both frequent and less frequent customers. So pre-COVID-19 from February 21st, 2019, and the same, the 2020 in the February, the compare with that COVID-19 from this is kind of the days between online purchase have declined for both frequent and less frequent customers. So, in terms of e-commerce, so to speak, The pandemic unfolded the three basic stages. First of all, a precautionary stage. That's the before pandemic has happened, that you have some purchase precautionary stage, and then the pandemic, the kind of COVID-19 has been growing negatively. Then we have stockpiling stage. You purchase the product, put them storage in your house, okay, and shelter at home stage. So proprietary data from Mercado Libre shed light on which products saw the highest demand in each stage. Initially, as the COVID-19 virus spread across Asia, Europe, and the Americas, consumers made precautionary purchases of medical supplies. Example, hand sanitizer, disinfectant, and face masks, and so on. So in second stage, after pandemic was declared, consumers stockpiled household essentials such as personal care products and non-perishable foodstuffs. Purchase the non-perishable foodstuff and personal care product in your home. This is consistent with the uncertainty, because this is coming from uncertain feeling about the length the government containment measures in lockdown or something like that. And finally, third stage, the shelter in home stage, technological goods and exercise equipment and entertainment and education service were in high demand. This reflects the fact that more activities were being conducted at home. Teleworking and homeschooling became more prevalent. This was particularly important in the Americans. Like people, not allowed to go to the fitness center. They have home training, right? And not go to schools. So you have to, using the online application, you have study from educational, from the high school and middle school, elementary schools, and even in universities, and the lockdown. So there's this kind of a shelter at home stage. It's like home, just like office, home, just like universities, home, just like schools, home, just like the shopping center, something like that. So that we cannot go there because of the pandemic. So that's why we call it in the number 3 stage, shelter at home stage. So that we can come in with this is a new technology, so home economy. Yeah, home economy. Home economy, sorry. Home economy. Home economy is the coming from the everything. This is coming. Home economy is the stage where you at home you can the playing the activities, right? So while in some countries in Asia and Europe, lockdown were often in place for matter of weeks. In some parts of US and Latin America, no essential retailers were closed for months. Non-essential retailers like cosmetic or some, it can not some retailers that not specialize in fresh fruit, agriculture crops, and some food stuff. We call it the non-essential retailers, right? So in late 2020, in the light of a second wave infection, many countries tightened containment measures again. So lockdown again, lockdown again. So people are so fatigued about that. So that's why different sectors of economy were affected differently. Online orders, people have to use some of your daily FMCG. This FMCG, that first movement, first merchandise cost. This is I forgot the name of that, what it stands for anyway. some kind of daily, the product used the home life. So that you use it, but you cannot go there. So you place an order on it through the online platform company like Amazon, like Coupang and Lazada, something like that. Okay, and so this is groceries, right? Tech retail, sports equipment, telecom, storage. Storage is very low. Sports equipment also has rising a lot, you know, because people have to exercise. So it's home training. So that's why home training equipment has been sold a lot on online platform company. So that stockpiling that you have to eat, so you have to place order in grocery, something like that. Some inventory of that your foodstuffs are piled up in your house. Then you can buy some other sports equipment and technician playing game or something like that. Okay. So retailers of technology sports equipment also significant increase because of that, right? And the price of online products rose in pandemic, excess demand, supply and demand, right? People starting to buy the product through the online, and the price of the product has been rising. So excess demand caused some product to go out of stock in the short term. Moreover, in addition, the cancellation of passenger flights significantly reduced the transport capacity for cross-border postal shipment and other small deliveries. So as a result, many customers face delays, cancellation of their orders. That is about aircraft, passengers aircraft are not going to overseas country. So that accordingly, that you have passenger aircraft, the passenger, then you have a cargo. The merchandise cargo will be the same in the aircraft. So that they are not going overseas. So the number of aircraft frequency has been reduced a lot. So that is also impact our merchandise, import export items. So that's why many customers face the delays or cancellation of their orders. So this is what it is about. Okay. And supply chain factors, shortage and sparks in demand contribute to sudden increase online, right? And this is yeah, you can exactly what's going on the slide. And also the grocery price rose slightly, especially since April, while the macroeconomic effect were limited. So the change in online product price reflects the well-documented ability of e-commerce retailers quickly adjust their price on online competition. That is about you can buy the product in shopping mall that cannot focus on the customers more precisely. However, you place an order online, you can use a credit card that exactly the data has been left on the database of the platform company, so that they can detect your consumers' behavior, right? Behavior and the pattern, something like that, using the big data or something like that. So that is why people exactly know what the consumers is in future demand, right? Like I'm a Dongam right? For example, I'm a customer, and so that this is actual data. Something like that, you can focus more precisely than ever before, because they know exactly what's going on, what to buy in the future, right? Dongam just like me, purchase or one purchase two milk or bottle, maybe uh, 1.5 liter. Then I'm not actually purchasing, but they exactly know I can buy some milk. So they exactly know about me, so that that's why we just This is statistics using the big data, some artificial intelligence using like the machine learning, something like that. Exactly, forecasting is very, very accurate. So that actually I'm not buying, and 1 milk bottle or 1.5 liter, but they're forecasting, then I can buy it, their product. So that they have actually I'm not making an order, but they have prepared the item in the warehouse near to my place, so that you can they have I'm just making an order, they have a same delivery or something like that. That's is call it anticipated logistic. Anticipated, ANTI, anticipated logistics, because of e-commerce, right? And so the e-commerce is driving great use of remote payments. So remote payments, right? Around the globe, overall card transactions fell during the pandemic, and so that the economic activities contract. Again, some sectors were more heavily impacted than others. So in the line of economic-wide reallocation, so the remote payment is driving great use of remote payment. This is keyword. So among card members, CMP transaction in particular have risen. Once again, there's also that there are indicates that the shocks to consumer behavior may become structural. It's very, very structural. Structural means this as accurately forecasting accurately than ever before, right? And so, so that while the share of champion transaction has fallen from the pandemic period weeks, remains higher than its pre-pandemic level in number of economies, notably among the market, EME, right? And while some sector-specific shocks are probably temporary, others may indicate the longer-term reallocation of economic activities. This is kind of the pandemic's impact on our life. And this graph shows that change in consumer behavior may be long-lasting. And it's Japan share who expect to continue shopping online after outbreak. This is advanced economies, emerging market, and this is statistics in as of 29th of June through 2 July 2020. And like Japan, the France, Australia, New Zealand, Denmark, Italy, and US, and something like that. JA is South Africa and India, and this is Great Britain. They have more, like the behavior may be long lasting. So for large part of the population, the closure of physical stores have forced consumers to question deep-seated shopping habits. In a sample of 18 countries, a rising share of adults expect to shop online more frequently after pandemic, especially EMEs. This share has increased since April. So consumers expect both at home delivery and buy online, pick up in store to rise. This is home delivery. Like home delivery is associated with the last mile delivery that I talk about later on, and buy online, pick up in store. So they are not willing to shopping around inside the store because of pandemic. So they place order online store. Online store, actually they have running the stores, but and running store they pick up items and they have the like drive-through pickup. So they send a shipping notice and pickup time, and drive a car and drives to pick up your items that you ordered. This is a pickup in store, like Walmart's a very, very large number of stores in the United States, so that people are not going to store. They are Walmart, instead of some of the online the store, they consumer place order, then they pick up items and pick up time at the near to consumers store, and not actually going inside the store because of pandemic, and drive through just like this. And your items here, drive through, and drive through, like pick up items here. So this is becoming very prevalent in the United States. And similarly, a survey of IBM of 3,400 executives in 20 countries finds that more than 3/4 expect more shopping and consumer service interaction to take place online in the COVID-19. E-commerce made us continue to thrive, continue to thrive growth. That would be echo the experience during the 2003 SARS epidemic in the China, right? And the number of e-commerce firms in Asia rose very low level. South China Morning Post 2020. So that this is more and more rising. In particular, in India, in South Africa, China, Brazil, and Philippines, Singapore, and there's kind of underdeveloping countries. There's more and more rising of the online channel, the shopping. So the trends changing consumer behavior during the pandemic, and especially younger cohorts report spend more time shopping online, and younger generation, like we call it that the digital native, so to speak. Digital native, they are very familiar with the computers and playing something on the computer. So digital native, that they can place more easily place an order than other generations, other older generations. So, and younger users in particular spend more time shopping online before the pandemic, right?